Alright guys, I'm going to show you guys how to make cool Fortnite thumbnails for YouTube videos. This is the way I make mine, heavily inspired by Dakota's. His thumbnails, he's been doing them forever, but he's been doing them even since before the replay feature came out. So now that the feature has come out, this makes it so much easier to make them. So first step, you're going to land somewhere, you know, cool looking, top of a hill, top of a watchtower, like in Tilted Towers. The clock tower is a good place. In Salty Springs, the sniper tower right there is a good place. But anywhere that just looks kind of cool, you're gonna stand on the edge of something like this, like or in the corner. I'm trying to do it between these two flags to see what it ends up looking like, but we'll try different angles. You're gonna stand here, whatever outfit you want to do the dance with, and you're gonna pick a dance, any dance. They're pretty much all pretty cool. So I do a bunch. I'm gonna start with Respect. This is my Omega photo shoot, so I'm gonna use this for all my Omega thumbnails. And then I'm gonna do freestyling. I do it once or twice because in the replay it's hard to get the perfect shot. Alright, then I'm gonna do the breaking point. I want him facing right to the middle though. Yeah, a little bit higher. That's perfect. Oh, clap. I always want to clap. Alright, that should be everything. So then, you leave the match. You go into career, replays. And these are the Pro-Am replays. Those will probably be gone if you're watching this later, way later. But you go to the top replay, which is this one. Unsaved replay 61818, 0 out of 0, 0 eliminations. You open it. So the hardest part is learning how to use the drone. It's definitely not that easy to figure it out, but once you get practice with it, it's not that bad. So I'm on controller, drone speed. Let me. All right, so this is where we're at the top. You're gonna want to right click to get in. R3 to get into drone free mode. Drone speed, I leave it at 1. Circle and square to slow it and speed it up. Circle speeds it up. Square slows it down. So I like 1x. So now you press triangle to fast forward it. Push up and down to fast forward, slow forward until I get in position. Alright, I'm in position. So what was the first dance I did? Alright, so now that I'm in position. Alright, that's when I started the first dance. So with this dance, the only part of this dance that I really like is where right there when he puts his hands down. That's the best part of that dance. I love it. So I use this in a lot of the shots I make. So this is actually a really cool spot because look at that, how it's overlooking the city. So basically you just gotta play around with the drone until you find a really nice cinematic looking shot like this. Slow it down. Slow down the drone if you need to do very fine-tuned work. I'm backing up and zooming in because I want Tilted to be in the background, but it looks ugly when you zoom in, so never mind. Okay, then you press L3 to remove everything so that it's just a picture, and there we go. You take a screenshot right there. So now we're gonna mess with the aperture. I think is how you pronounce it. You press L3 again to bring up these settings. You open this middle one with the little camera icon. Press R1. You go into high quality FX and turn that on. You go L1. Now you change the aperture down to like 2. I don't really know what this means. I'm not a camera person, but what I do know is that it makes the background blurry, or it makes it blurry depending on where your focus is on. So you're gonna change the autofocus to off. Use the stick, otherwise it's going to take you forever to get down. So use the R stick to move this all the way down to 250 so that the closest things will be not blurry and Tilted will be blurry. So now you just move in and out until the Omega is not blurry, and you zoom in a little bit. Press R3 again. Look at that. That's a beautiful looking shot, but I don't like how it's just his backside. I'm going to go for the front. Yo, that is a beautiful picture right there. So remember, you're gonna need to be The reason it's still blurry is because I'm too close. I need to back up a little bit. Right there. You see how much clearer the image got when I backed up? So you need to be moving in and out if it ends up being too blurry. But man, this is a perfect spot. I'm loving this shot right here. So now I'm too far away. We gotta move the focus distance up. Right there is where it's the most clean. So you take a screenshot, boom, beautiful picture. Oh man, that's amazing. Look at how clean that looks. Screenshot. Oh, I love that one. So mega, so dope. And screenshot. Wait. Move in and out. Zoom in. The thing with aperture is weird is that once you're at the perfect distance, you can zoom in and out and you won't get blurry. See? But moving distance will make them blurry and not blurry. You can also use it to, if you actually want the character to be blurry. Like, if you want him to be blurry but the background to not be blurry, you change the autofocus to on, off, and right there the background gets clear while he gets blurry. This is a little extreme though, because it makes it look ugly if you're too close, but look at that. No, that still looks kind of ugly. That looks a little bit better. If for whatever reason you need the background to not be blurry and you want the character to be blurry. I'm sure you can learn more by looking up tutorials on how to use it, but yeah, that's how you take a picture. So you want to focus the characters always to the left or right, because you're making a thumbnail. You're going to be putting the text on the left or on the right side. So you never want the person to be right in the middle, unless for whatever reason you want to cover them up with text. Boom. Now we just got to change the focus length so that he becomes unblurry. Right there. And boom, you take your screenshot, and that is a beautiful picture. And screenshot. And there you go, that's how you take the pictures. Now I'm going to show you guys how to edit them in Photoshop. Alright, so now that we have the pictures taken, you're going to want to transfer them with the USB stick over to your computer. I've already transferred them. Have them in my Fortnite folder under JPEGs. I already have a ton of pictures because I make a lot of thumbnails, but I named them all so that I know exactly where they are. These were all the Omega ones that we took, Omega posing. So then you just click through them and find the one that you want to use for your thumbnail. Let's go with this one, Omega posing 7. So we're gonna go into Photoshop, File, New. Let's say this was for a solo squads 17 kill game. That's just the title. You can put whatever you want, you know, that's just so when you save it you know what you named it. The width and the height needs to be 1280 by 720 pixels, and this should be already 72 RGB. You can just leave that alone and you click OK. So now you come over here back to your where you have the pictures. You grab the Omega one that you want to use, go down to your taskbar, Photoshop, in there. You zoom in, Control Plus is for zooming in. I recommend you go on YouTube, find a Photoshop tutorial if you're new with Photoshop. There's a ton of shortcuts that you can learn really easily, like Control Plus minus to zoom in, or what the letter V does. Letter T for text, you know, things like that. So now that we have the image here, we're gonna wanna put text up. So you're gonna push T for text, or come down here and click on this. You click anywhere to start typing. So this was a solo squad game. Solo squads. New text box. 17 kill game. Okay, so now we're gonna line these up right here. We're gonna highlight both of these and click on this. Nope, my bad. This one. That's gonna align them to the left so that they're both perfectly aligned. Now, and while they're still both selected, you click on one and then shift click on the other one. It'll select both of them. Control T is going to let us transform it so that we can scale them up evenly. So I think we want it like a little bit smaller. Perfect. Now, solo squads, you're going to want to highlight the text. Obviously this color doesn't fit. We're going to want a purple color. Perfect. Go to the other text box. Click on the color right here. It'll already be selected. Once you click on this color, you're going to want to use the eyedropper tool. It'll already be selected. Whenever you open the color box, the eyedropper tool will be. You can choose any color you click on. So I recommend getting a color from the skin that is in the picture. So either black or purple in this case. Or if I had the red lights on, I would use red. So you see I click anywhere in there, it'll select any of the purples, and then you can just move it around here wherever you feel. I think I'm going to go a little bit darker purple. Let's see what that looks like. I think that looks a little bit better. So we're going to change this color. Yeah, I think that looks just a little bit better than what it looked like before. Okay, so now you're going to click on this FX button. This is what adds the effects. We're going to want a stroke. Make sure that it's on outside. The default will be inside, and that doesn't look very good. You're going to want to click on position, put it on the outside. The stroke, I usually go 4 or 5. Whoops, not 45. I think we're going to go with 4. And then I do a stroke and a drop shadow. But you can do all kinds of stuff. Bevel and emboss, or bevel and emboss makes it look all 3D and cool. I don't really like to use that though. I like to keep it simple. Outer glow, it gives it a glow like. I don't really like this one because it makes the thumbnails hard to read sometimes, but it can make your thumbnails look nice. I personally only use drop shadow and outer glow. So drop shadow is like basically a copy of it in shadow form, and I do it at right here. You go to angle. I always do it at 145. Okay, now we're gonna right click, copy layer style, paste layer style. Boom, you have a solo squads 17 kill game thumbnail ready for your YouTube video. Now you're just gonna go file, save as, save it wherever you want to save it as a PNG file, save. Okay, I saved it on the desktop. Boom, this file is ready to be uploaded to YouTube as your thumbnail. Super clean, super simple. I made it in 30 seconds. That's how I make all my thumbnails. The hardest part is going into replay and taking the pictures. As you can see, I've already have so many pictures because I every time I do a video with a new character, I do like a little photo shoot, and then I can just reuse them, because there's no way I'm going to go through all these pictures. There's like 100 here, and I only have like 20 videos uploaded. So you know, you're never going to run out of material. You can just keep taking pictures and pictures. So many. Look at that, that's awesome. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you're still having trouble, I recommend looking up other tutorials on how to use the replay function, because there's a lot of videos on YouTube that go into a lot more detail, and how to use Photoshop, because there's a lot of videos on YouTube that go into a lot more detail on that. If you don't have access to Photoshop, there's a program called GIMP, G-I-M-P. That's a free version of Photoshop. Basically, just it's like a watered down version, but it's free. And honestly though, you really don't even need anything that hardcore, because you're just putting text on a picture. Super simple. You can probably do it with paint. But yeah, there you guys have it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, comment, or subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.